That's how you pilot. All right, Itty here. We are going to do something really cool that I discovered completely by accident. Now, I use a program called the Way so I can mark targets on the ground. And these are actually marked and you can see them pretty well, but since they don't have any waypoints, you gotta actually search for them and all that kind of stuff. Now, what the whole point of this is I was doing a ship mission where there was a bunch of boats on the water, and I had to find them with the sea radar, which I'll do in a different video, but the point is we've got this convoy here of all these things that will shoot back at you, and if you find them with the ground moving radar, you can take out the front truck, stop them dead in their tracks, and then they can just be static targets and you can take them out. However, what I was doing before is just basically when I did laser guided bombs, I would fly, I could target, I could actually auto laze, or I could just laze with the trigger. You pretty much understand how to do this if you've ever used GBU-12s. But if you didn't know how easy this is to use and you're missing out on this entire autopilot and couple sequence, that's what we're getting it into. So I'm going to show you real quick what you need to do. Just start up, get back into the plane, go ahead and take it out of pause, and what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we go to our stores menu. So we got the GBU-12s hooked up, and first thing we want to do, and this just makes it easier, if you hit the code button right over here, first hand, if you actually just hit the code and you get this on the OC, and then you hit code here and you do your 1688, just to keep it easy because that's the default. Hit enter, and then all you have to do is hit code over here. And if you do that, when you go to select the GBU-12s, all of the codes have already been manually, so you don't have to step and manually enter them. Okay, just for whatever hack, it helped me out, save some time. So I go to mode, I go to auto, I go to E-Fuse, and if it was something really, really heavy, you can go to delay 1, that'll penetrate a little further. But we're going to just go to instant, and that's all. We don't need to drop multiple. If you did want to drop multiple, you can go to USC here, you can go to quantity, type in whatever you want, and you can do that. And that's all you need to do. So now the program, unfortunately, I don't remember how to get this crap off the screen. If you do know how to get this crap off the screen, because I can put it over here, go to stores, and you can see all of the data is here. It's just that this has got this band on it. It's not always there. For some reason, it's sometimes there, but it's not. I don't know what it is. But if you, please tell me how to get this like block off of that crap, because it's not always there. Anyways, so you can see in the menu right here, we've got quantity 1, we've got the mode is auto, and the E-Fuse is instant, and great. Pretty basic stuff. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our ground, or the radar, and we're going to change this to the ground moving targets, okay? So we can find those guys out there. We're going to push it out to 40 miles. And then what we're going to do is we are going to go over to our FLIR camera on the left MFD, and let's go ahead and put it in IR and get that ready to go. Now all we're going to do is once we find these targets, we're just going to designate them, and it will show up over here on the left hand side. So from here, what we got to do is just go ahead and taxi out.
Flight control. Flight control.
And we'll see how fast we can find these buggers. Now, the one thing that I screwed up before, just testing in this video and stuff like that, is I forgot to arm my laser. So make sure you arm your laser. I'll get up in the air after I get off the runway here. Alright. Flaps up and gear is up. And if you guys are wondering why I'm flying the Blue Angels, it's because a buddy of mine, Tiger, absolutely hates it when I fly like this. And I select this specifically because it pisses him off. Big shout out to Tiger. But anyways, if he never would have said he pissed him off, I probably never would have selected it, but that's what friends do, right? Alright, so we are climbing probably to about 8,000 feet. Oh, we already see it. There's our blip. There we go. So again, let's go ahead and choose this right here and watch the left MFD. Pop. There it is. We're going to go ahead and select the FLIR camera over on the right F18 because we're already looking at it. We'll just go into the track mode and just zoom in. Should be a road there, and let's change to white hot, black hot. We're still kind of far away, so it may be hard to see those guys. I don't really see anything from this distance. There they are. Okay, cool. So again, those trucks are moving. That's the front guy. So what I'm going to do is, in this mode, I'm going to select and put him in the point track mode. Now, check this out. This is the best part. This is why I have two cameras. Now, I'm at 20,000 feet, which is a little high. Probably don't need to be this. But I'm going to go put in autopilot mode, basic, and then check this out. This is the best part. Once we've got this thing completely set, I'm going to go ahead, make sure that my master arm is on, which it is not. So I'm going to select that again, FLIR camera. And now you can see right here this option. This is an important one because, again, if your air to ground is not on, you won't get, when you get in the autopilot, you will not get the coupled mode. Okay? So when we go into the air to ground mode, we go back to the FLIR camera, it's tracking the target, but now we have coupled. And so now when I hit coupled, check it out. I am not flying the plane anymore. I'm in basic altitude mode. I am not flying the plane. Let's just check and make sure that our laser is armed. It is armed. And we are good. So we are aligned. We are good. Master arm is on. Air to ground. Now check this out. I'm losing sight of them, right? Can't even see them. I'm flying in the clouds. But it's still tracking them. So all we need to be paying attention to is on the HUD, you can see that this release has got about 60 seconds. So we'll go ahead and speed it up a little bit because it's kind of boring. I'm going to go full burners here. Now, I don't recommend going over about 350 knots just because you'll see what happens. But it is targeting, and it is got this guy on lock. We are ready to go. All right, we're going to pull back on the throttle. Let's just put it in auto throttle control. And now it gets to the 5-second counter. We're going to ready to pickle. Remember, holding the pickle button. Weapon is released. Now, even though we can't see that target, it's out there. So we're going to just let it. I'm not flying. All right? I'm not doing anything. Now what's cool about this is as it gets through the clouds, it's still tracking, still tracking. You're going to see the plane start to turn. But I literally, hands up, hands off stick. This is the greatest part because now it's auto-lasing. My plane is turning all by itself. It's tracking the target. It's turning back around so the targeting pod never loses track. And watch this. Kaboom! How friggin' easy is that? Now I probably stopped the convoy at this point. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can mark another target that's moving. I got another guy here. And now what I'm going to do, because the convoy actually escaped that, for some reason it didn't do this. So we need to take the heading select off of the selection. Now that we've done that, I'm going to show you that I am extended away at about 5 miles. It's getting a little bit further away. You want to extend about 5 miles away, so when you turn back into the target and you put it back in coupled mode, you give it a little bit of time to kind of recover. And again, I'm at 20,000 feet, so this is harder to do. You can recover much faster at like 10,000 feet because the air is much thicker. But we just fly back to the line, get it as close as we can, and I'm losing a lot of speed here. And we are going to just go ahead and kind of put it in there. I'll just put it on coupled mode. It's still tracking the target. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in basic alt heading. It's going to kind of level my plane. Sometimes it's a little extreme because I don't have enough speed. So if that happens, it's going to take it out of coupled mode. But once you've got it on, kind of about 250 knots, it starts to level off really nice. Again, we got 8 seconds. Still tracking. Hold the pickle. weapon is released. And again, we are not touching anything. We're just looking at the target. You can see right here where the laser is armed. And it's going to start flashing. And now it is tracking. So you can see this thing is actually starting to track its target. Let's watch this guy come in. Well, bam! And I guess they're still driving over their dead. But that is how easy this is. I can stay way out of harm's reach without getting killed in any stretch of the way. I can literally just keep dropping bombs on these guys, warheads on foreheads, and so to speak. But that's basically it. If you just remember, so what you need to do is make sure your laser is armed over here. Okay? Make sure that your codes are set in your store page. Make sure that your air-to-ground radar is on and activated, and that your master arm is on. Once you do that, all you really have to do is find the target, designate it, put it into the point track mode. And again, I'm using this button right here to just select it. Now, I know this is chaff and flare and all that kind of stuff, but that's just how I set it up for this particular thing, because that's how I like it. But I hope this video helps, because that's, I mean, you can do this in sea targets as well, because all you have to do is, go into your sea radar, which is ridiculous. You'll find the targets and the boats out there. You'll select them. They'll bring them up to your flare pod. Once you get close enough, it's usually about 20 miles that you're really actually sharp. But right about 20 miles, then you can actually put that point track, and it'll completely track that boat, just like it was like car or whatever it was. And then once you're into that mode, as long as all the other settings are set, you just put it in the coupled mode. You let it fly right to the target, and as soon as it gets to 5 seconds, you'll see the thing come down. Just hold the pickle, button, wait until the bomb is released, and then take your hands off the stick and just fly. Once you're done with that and the target is hit, extend about 5 miles, come back hard. Make sure your altitude is about 8,000 minimum, and about maybe 8 to 10,000, and as far as your angels, and then your speed should be about 200 to 300 knots, or 250 to 300 knots. It's about the best speed. But again, it's all up to you. You'll figure this out, but it is a awesome, simple little trick to laser guided bombing. So, rock on. I'm not gonna make it. I'm just kidding. I'll make it. I want a coffee. Let the ground crew keep that.